One of your habits is going to take your. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says this is a very important message for you today, do not ignore it. Pay attention to this message, for your life as you know it is about to shift in ways that you cannot yet understand. As you read these words, I ask you to open your heart and mind fully, for the path you are walking is about to change, and the decisions you make in the coming days will determine the course of your future. Your steps, your thoughts, the very energy you are channeling right now, these are leading you to a destiny that is both beautiful and challenging, and yet, it is necessary for your soul's growth. There are moments in life when the truth reveals itself in unexpected ways, and today is one of those moments. The truth I bring is not one of wrath or harshness, but one of clarity. It is a call to awaken to something you have perhaps overlooked for some time. One of your habits, something that has quietly woven itself into the fabric of your daily life, is going to take your heart to a place it might not be prepared to go. This is not a message of fear, but of foresight, of love, in its deepest, most caring form. What I speak of is a shift, a deep transformation that will either lead you to the heights of fulfillment or the depths of sorrow, depending on the choice you make. One simple shift in your behavior, one subtle change in your way of thinking, could alter the course of everything. You may not see it now, but there is something in your routine, something in your habits that you have allowed to become a part of you. It has been woven into the very core of your being, unnoticed and perhaps unchallenged. But this habit, this small yet significant part of your daily life, holds within it the power to shape your future. It is not a great thing, a grandiose act or decision, but a subtle force that is now coming to a crossroads. It may be something you have done for years without giving it a second thought. It may seem harmless, even beneficial at times, but its true consequences have yet to be fully revealed to you. The choices you make daily, the things you allow yourself to indulge in, the actions you take without thinking, these are the things that slowly build the foundation of your future. There is a habit, a pattern, a way of thinking that is quietly taking you down a road that will either lead to a great awakening or to a painful realization. It is time for you to examine this habit, this part of your life, and understand its true impact. For in the coming days, you will see clearly the consequences of this behavior, and it will be a time of reckoning for your soul. This is not meant to scare you, but to awaken you. Your heart has been heavy with questions and doubts, and this message is the answer you have been waiting for. There is something within you that has long been stirring, a part of you that knows change is inevitable. You have felt it, haven't you? That quiet whisper in your soul, urging you to reconsider certain things in your life. You know that something has to give. But until now, you have pushed it aside, perhaps out of fear, or because you have believed that change is too difficult. But I tell you, the change is coming whether you are ready or not. The question is not whether it will come, but how you will face it when it does. It is time to let go of the things that no longer serve you, to release the habits that are keeping you trapped in a cycle of stagnation. For you have been holding on to them, allowing them to guide your path, to dictate your emotions, to shape your reality. But you know in your heart that they are not leading you to the life you were meant to live. They have quietly taken root in your soul, like a seed that has grown into a tree, and now, this tree is ready to bear fruit, fruit that may taste sweet for a time, but ultimately, it will not nourish you. It is not the sustenance your spirit craves. And you know this deep inside. I bring this message because I love you. And in my love, I offer you this opportunity for redemption, for awakening. It is not too late to make a change. You do not have to remain bound by these habits, by these old patterns that have kept you from the fullness of life. You are not defined by what you have done in the past, nor by the habits you have allowed to control you. You are a being of light, of infinite possibility, and you are capable of shifting your course at any moment. The habit that is currently taking your energy, your time, your focus, your very spirit, is something you must confront. It is time to face it. To look it in the eye and see it for what it truly is. You have avoided this truth for far too long, and now, I ask you to embrace it, to acknowledge it fully. It is not enough to simply recognize it in passing, you must understand its full impact. For this habit, this routine, has a deeper significance than you have allowed yourself to realize. It is not merely something you do, it is something that is shaping who you are becoming. It is important, now more than ever, that you take a step back and evaluate the path you are walking. Are you truly living the life you were meant to live? Or are you allowing yourself to be swept along by forces outside of your control? This habit that I speak of is not external, it is not something that has been imposed upon you. It is a part of you. And as such, it holds great power over your life. But remember, even the greatest forces in the universe cannot force you to do anything. You have free will. You are not a victim of your habits, you are the master of your destiny. And now is the time to reclaim that mastery. It is time to look inward, to face the things you have been avoiding, and to make a conscious choice to change. The path ahead will not be easy, but it will be worth it. You will experience a freedom that you have not known in years. A sense of clarity and peace will fill your heart as you release what no longer serves you. It is time to step into your true power, to embrace the life you were always meant to live. Do not let this opportunity slip away. Do not ignore this message, for it is a divine gift, an invitation to change, to grow, and to become the person you were always meant to be. Remember this, the choice is yours. You are the one who holds the key to your future. One small change in your habits, in your way of thinking, can lead to a world of transformation. Trust in yourself. Trust in the guidance that I have given you today. You are not alone on this journey. I am with you, always, guiding you, loving you, and offering you the chance to change. And as you change, so too will the world around you. It is time to take your power back. It is time to let go of the things that no longer serve you. You are ready for this. You have always been ready. My child, one of your habits is going to take your breath away, like a sudden gust of wind that takes you by surprise. In the moments of uncertainty, when your heart trembles and your mind races, know this: God is with you. He sees all, knows all, and His presence surrounds you with love and peace, even when you cannot see it with your earthly eyes. You are safe, beloved, and in the hands of a higher power, one that never falters, never tires, and never abandons you. There are times when we hold on to habits, even the smallest ones, with a deep sense of familiarity. You may not even realize it, but these habits have grown around you like a soft, constant shadow, comforting you and giving you a sense of control. But sometimes, these habits, which you think are so innocent, can draw you away from the very light that gives you life. In such moments, when you feel your heart racing, remember, trust in God, and trust in His plan for you. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. It is not the habit that matters, but the way you allow it to lead you. The pull of your daily actions can sometimes deceive you, leading you down paths you would not have chosen if only you knew the truth. There is a power in every choice you make, a ripple that can either bring you closer to light or pull you into shadows. Yet, even in the deepest shadows, God's love shines brighter than any darkness. Trust me. Your habit, though it may seem small, is part of a larger journey. It is a test of your faith, a trial to see how deeply you believe in the power of divine guidance. Remember, when the storm hits, and when the winds are fierce, you need not fear, for God is your anchor. There is nothing that can separate you from His love. No habit, no choice, no temptation can overtake you when you are in His hands. In the quiet moments of prayer, when your heart is open and humble, ask God for strength. Ask for wisdom to see your habits clearly, to understand their purpose in your life. There is no shame in seeking clarity, for God is always willing to guide you. No question is too small, no request too insignificant. Trust in Him, and know that His love will always be your guide. As you move forward, you may feel the weight of the world pressing down on you, but do not fear, for you are not alone. God is with you in every moment, holding you close in the cradle of His grace. And though you may stumble, though you may fall, His hand is always there to lift you up. When the world seems cold, when the nights are long, when your habit feels like an impossible mountain to climb, do not lose hope. Trust in God. He has brought you this far, and He will carry you even further. With each prayer you offer, with each moment you surrender to Him, you will find your strength returning. You will find the courage to change, the grace to overcome, and the love that you need to move forward. I am with you. Even in your most difficult moments, even when the weight of your habit seems unbearable, you are not alone. You are surrounded by love, protected by grace, and held by the divine presence of the Creator. Let your heart be at peace, for God will never leave you nor forsake you. Your journey is part of His plan, and He will never let you wander too far from His loving embrace. The time will come when your habits no longer hold the power they once did. The strength of your prayers, the clarity of your faith, and the unwavering love of God will carry you through. And when that time comes, you will look back with gratitude, knowing that it was God who guided you, who held you when you were weak, and who never let you fall. Finally, God is exposing the truth to you. One of your habits is going to take your spirit to a higher place. The change is coming, and it will be beautiful. Trust in the divine process. Trust in the love that is constantly surrounding you. Even when the path seems unclear, God's light will always show you the way. You are safe, you are loved, and you are not alone. The power of God's love is greater than any habit, any struggle, or any challenge you may face. As you move forward, know that you are not walking alone. You are walking with God by your side. And nothing can separate you from His love. Keep trusting, keep praying, and keep believing, for in the end, His love will bring you to a place of peace that you have never known before. The strength you seek, the clarity you desire, the freedom you long for, all of it is within your reach. And it begins with trust. Trust in God's plan for you. Trust that even when you cannot see the way, God is already ahead, preparing the path. Keep your heart open, keep your faith strong, and keep your prayers constant, for God is with you always. You are safe, beloved, and nothing will ever go wrong for you as long as you walk with Him. Finally, remember this: the habit that may seem to pull you, the habit that may seem to hold you back, will no longer have power over you once you place your trust in God. As you walk this journey, know that even the smallest step in faith moves mountains. It is not always the big, dramatic moments that change the course of your life. Often, it is the quiet moments of prayer, the simple acts of trust, and the tiny steps of surrender that lead to profound transformation. Every prayer you utter, every moment you offer your heart to God, He hears. And in those moments, He is shaping you into something greater than you can imagine. Your habit, though it may seem like a small thing, is a reflection of the deeper places within you. It is a part of the tapestry of your soul, woven into the fabric of your journey. God sees these habits, not as weaknesses, but as opportunities. Opportunities for growth, for change, and for closer communion with Him. He is not angry at your struggles. He is waiting, patiently, for you to turn to Him and ask for help. The moment you do, His grace will pour in, and you will find the strength to overcome what once felt impossible. Every day is a new opportunity to begin again, to trust more deeply, to release what no longer serves you. You are not bound by your past, nor by the habits that have held you captive. You are free to grow, to change, and to be transformed. With God by your side, there is no limit to what you can achieve. As you move forward, know this: you are being prepared for something far greater than you can imagine. The habit you struggle with today will not define you forever. It is merely a stepping stone to a deeper relationship with God and a life filled with peace, joy, and purpose. Keep trusting, keep praying, and watch as God works in miraculous ways in your life. One of your habits is going to take your joy, your clarity, and your strength. It is not visible to others, not loud like thunder, but it lingers like smoke in a quiet room. And yet, it grows with every passing day you ignore it. You do not see it fully because it hides behind your excuses, behind the curtain of routine and the disguise of comfort. But this habit, so silent, so familiar, is preparing to take something that can never be restored the same way. Your soul has whispered about it. You felt it during quiet moments, when the world is still and only truth remains. The feeling that something is off, that something is weakening your connection to your highest calling. You have brushed it aside, hoping it would fade. But that which is spiritual never disappears, it simply waits for your acknowledgement. And now, that time has come. This habit might not look harmful. It might even be praised by others. It may feel like a way to survive, to cope, to fill the space. But God sees what it does behind the veil. God sees how it is pulling your spirit away from His voice, how it is dimming your intuition, how it steals your sacred hours and covers them in fog. It is not the habit itself, but what it is taking. Your clarity, your focus, your spiritual vision, your readiness to receive what has already been sent your way. One of your habits is going to take your peace, and if you allow it, it may take your future too. That is why the heavens are speaking now. Not to condemn you, but to awaken you. Not to frighten you, but to prepare you. Because you are loved. Because you are watched over. Because there is still time to shift. There is still time to choose differently. There is still time to part from the habit that is slowly trying to separate you from your divine purpose. You know what it is. You do not need a list. You already feel its name whispering in your chest. It may be the screen you turn to when you should be turning to prayer. It may be the person whose voice overshadows your own. It may be the silence you choose when you should speak, or the speech you offer when you should be silent. It could be the sleep you use to escape instead of restore. Or the scrolling that drains you instead of filling you. It is not the habit, it is the cost. And the cost has reached the ears of the angels. You were meant to fly higher by now. To be stronger. To stand freer. And yet you find yourself delayed, tangled, distracted. The world has its grip on your hours. Your divine mission is written, sealed, and ready, but it waits for you to wake up. The things you asked for are here, hovering near your orbit, but they cannot land on someone who is spiritually tired, emotionally numbed, and drained by a cycle that repeats and repeats, each day looking like the one before. That is why this message is here. Because even now, with all that has happened, you are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are not beyond help or hope. There is something sacred about you that darkness cannot extinguish. And now, you are being called. This message is not just a warning, it is an invitation. An invitation to reclaim what was yours before that habit came. Your joy. Your brilliance. Your softness. Your passion. Your connection to the divine. Let yourself feel what is rising now. That burning in your chest. That is your spirit remembering itself. That quiet ache in your throat. That is truth pressing its way to the surface. That heaviness in your heart. That is the weight of what you've been carrying without realizing it. Let it come up. Let it be seen. Let it change you. You do not need to fix it all at once. You do not need to burn your old life to the ground. You only need to say, in your own quiet voice, I am ready to come home to myself. I am ready to come home to God. And you will not walk alone. Heaven is already surrounding you. A presence has already entered your room, even as you read these words. There are hands upon your shoulders that are not your own. There is a warmth rising in your soul that cannot be explained by science or logic. It is your awakening. You were not meant to be tired all the time. You were not meant to chase what never fulfills. You were not meant to live in anxiety, performing for approval, addicted to routine, stuck in old emotional debts. You were meant to be free. You were meant to love deeply without fear. You were meant to hear God in the wind and feel peace in the silence. You were meant to rise. So now you must choose. No one can make the choice for you. Not even God will force your hand. He gave you will. He gave you choice. But He also gives you wisdom, and this message is that wisdom dressed in words. Let go of the habit that has stolen too much already. Let go of the version of you that accepted less. Let go of the rhythm that numbs instead of nourishes. Yes, there will be discomfort. Yes, there may be tears. But what comes after is freedom. What comes after is clarity.